I'm Ryan. I sing in Outbreak.
I'm Mikey. I play guitar and bass.
You're on what label?
We're labelless right now. We're
Okay.
shopping.
Shopping.
Our last record came out on Bridge 9, but we're not under contract anymore.
Any reason why you're not going to do another album on that label?
We're not under contract with them right now. And also, I run a label on the side, so might just go that route, do it myself, or maybe, we're talking to a few other labels too, so see what happens.
Are your labels called what?
Think Fast?
That's your label?
Yes.
Yes. Very nice. Tell about some of the releases you put out recently, things you're big on.
Recently, this year we've done a split with Hour of the Wolf and Lewd Axe, which is a fucking awesome record.
It is.
My favorite. Personally.
Fucking yeah.
Yeah, we worked with No Harm Done, did their full length this year, debut Smart Bomb full length this year, stuff like that. A lot going on as usual.
What values does your label represent?
From my experience working with labels, I just wanted to run an operation that caters to the bands, like a label who will actually return calls and return emails, and I don't know, I just think with my experience from touring, I know the little things are what matter with a lot of labels, like, being out on the road and needing a couple of boxes of CDs. So we just try and, hold those kind of values, just taking care of our bands and being there when shit hits the fan.
Outbreak haven't had an album out for a little while now.
Yeah.
What exactly are you promoting this to other than yourselves?
Our last full length, it has been a while. It's been over 2 years. That was Failure that came out on Bridge 9. Most recently, last year we did a split with Only Crime that my label put out. It's like a 7-inch in digital release. So that's kind of what we're promoting right now. It's a little bit more recent, still getting a little bit outdated. So, and even so, I don't give a fuck if it's been 8 years since our last record. When you get a tour offer like this,
Our new record's going to be fucking amazing, too. We're writing it right now. Already, it's better than Failure. I mean, not that Failure's bad.
but yeah, we're just, regardless of the not having a really new record to promote like most of the bands on this tour, except for Bane. I think most of the bands have recent releases.
Yeah.
It's just an awesome tour, so we got asked to do it, and that's all we needed.
jumped at it.
You were kind of, I guess, the hardest band to ever grace the roster of Bridge 9, or one of the hardest.
Take that as a
Thank you.
compliment. Yeah.
Hard times, hard band.
Good dudes.
Good
Good
dudes.
dudes, good dudes.
Hard dudes.
Now,
New slogan, right there.
love it.
That's it.
You guys take from crusty bands, really heavy grind bands.
A lot of people say that.
Why don't more bands delve into that kind of stuff? Why do they all go into like the New York hardcore?
I think they're afraid. They're just afraid. We fear nothing.
Title.
Yeah. That's serious business. No.
No, harder bands, harder music.
Yeah. And also, harder to defend, but you're up to the task, obviously.
Absolutely.
I listen to a lot of fast, thrashy shit. And I don't know. I love New York hardcore, and I'm not gonna talk a ton of shit, but I just think there's a lot of bands who try and mimic a certain era of hardcore, and I don't know. Bands like Madball I take seriously because those dudes, they're real dudes, when they're singing about the streets, or the Cro-Mags, that they're the type of dudes who can back it up. And I see a lot of bands that maybe sing about that, but never lived that way, and I don't know. I don't think this answers the question. I think I'm just talking shit at this point.
I like talking shit.
Hey, talk beef is good for hardcore.
Yeah.
Do it.
It'll help your website maybe.
And also yourselves, Tell them what your influences, what they mean to you guys politically, because you take a lot of political influence, obviously.
Not really. It sounds pretty ignorant. Here's another shit-talking thing. It's probably going to get me in trouble, but
This is the right place for doing it.
yeah, I'm not a very political person, and I can't speak for everyone else in the band, but I just don't really have the time or patience to get into politics, and I respect bands who do. I think there's a lot of good bands who, have a lot of important political shit that they, want to get out there, but it's never really been my thing, and I don't know. I'm just trying to pay my rent. I'm not trying to be a fucking world politician. Like a recent interview we did, someone was like, you know, with the upcoming U.S. election, like, it's one of the most important in U.S. history. Like, what are your thoughts on it? And I was just like, oh, you know what? Like, it sounds ignorant, but I don't know. I don't really trust anyone. I think all the candidates, like, of course they're gonna talk a good game. You know, they're not gonna like say that they want to have another Holocaust or anything. But you know, like,
Yeah.
well, like, there's all. But I mean, like, of course, every politician who's running is gonna have this great agenda. But look at our history. Like, everyone fucks up. You can't really trust anyone, and I don't. So I'll just do my thing instead. I don't know if you have anything to say about
I came
this
to the
one.
resolution that I can only say that Sarah Palin is hot.
Oh, boy.
I didn't believe it at first, but her dumbness is so fucking hot.
Obama in 08 for me personally, but that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, he votes, so maybe.
I can't
Why
wait
did
to
you
vote.
even let me answer?
I
this
love
one?
voting.
No, actually,
I just like voting. Your answer would have been better than mine.
I
What
have
Obama
the
in 08?
ignorant asshole answer, and you've probably got like
Nope,
actual.
I'm not going to do it. I don't touch politics on it.
On that note, you don't trust anybody. I'm with you.
He trusts me.
I have some friends that I trust,
Oh,
but I mean
in
political.
politics.
Yeah.
Conspiracies, or you believe any conspiracies at all?
I don't know enough about it to give a decent answer.
Which ones tickle you?
Tickle?
I watched the loose change 9/11 thing, and it
What's
was
up, read that?
it was kind of interesting, but I'm just the type of person who it's one-sided, obviously, so it's easy to be like, oh, you know, that's right, the U.S. did blow up its own fucking buildings. But then there's just a lot of questions that you can ask, and
What are some of your questions you have about it?
I don't.
No, okay. I'm not trying to answer them. I just wanted to know because
Yeah, I don't know. It's obviously like they feel strongly about, you know, this is what happened and this is what people think happened and it's wrong, and I don't know. You can just argue everything on both sides. So
it's cool because you know what I find usually a lot of people will watch and read and inform themselves on the things they believe in
yeah,
and not on anything else. So it's really cool that you find somebody who doesn't partake in that vision and watches it. So
It's
that's
the
why I
same
wanted
thing-
to know what was some of the things you personally found that you didn't quite believe or, you know, that
Yeah.
you questioned. That's why. That's the
yeah.
only
It
reason.
was a while ago when I saw it, but I mean, it's just like anything, even religion. A lot of people are like, especially in hardcore, you got a lot of people who are like, oh, you know, there is no God, blah blah. And I'm not a religious person at all, but I just see it from both ends. Like, you don't know. Like, you know, I don't care if people want to preach their religion, then that's fine. If people want to hate it, that's fine too. Like, no one knows, so you can argue it from both ends.
Last thing, quick, 10-20 seconds. Any plugs, bands, labels, other people who you want to give a shout out to?
I'm putting out a record for a band called Blackened, and it's called This Means War. It comes out on January 20th. It's got dudes from Hatebreed and a bunch of other bands.
That album is awesome already. I heard one song. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It is. We've heard the whole thing in the van a ton. It's
Yeah,
fucking
our new
rad.
guitar player plays in Blackened, so this is kind of, and it's my label too. So this is pretty fucking.
Let's
shitty
interview the
fun, but-
guitarist. Black interview 7 in a row.
Yeah, right now.
Fuck, let's
Well,
do
the
it.
record's gonna be good, so look out for it. And also the recent shit I put out: Smart Bomb, No Harm Done, Gravemaker, Wait in Vain, The Hour of the Wolf Lunatic Split. Check it out. That's all I got. We'll have a new record in 2009 as well. Outbreak.
Forfeit from Syracuse, New York, and Glue from the Northeast, I guess. Two of my personal favorite hardcore bands. I think they're going to be something to look out for, especially Forfeit. Hard as fuck. Harder than Hatebreed. I'm saying it right now. Harder and bigger than Hatebreed.